I think we need a theme song or like intro eventually.
Are you putting that Meg Sig intro on every podcast?
No, I don't think I have a beautiful enough voice for that. But
Come
guys,
on down and
check
make a
out
cast.
MegSigOutdoors.com. If you go sign up for the email list, you get 10% off of your first order. MegSigOutdoors.com. He makes great stuff. And I'm filming a video with him next Monday, which will come out sometime in this, hopefully by the end of the year.
Hopefully someday this year I'll get the video out.
I'm losing subscribers on the other channel, so
Which
I
one?
gotta do something. My Eastern Ontario
your
Adventures.
actual channel?
Yeah, the count's gone down, so
How much?
like 5,
It's probably bots.
maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
All I
Whatever.
know is that this is the Eastern Ontario Adventures podcast. I'm here, myself, Doyle, with Tyler, and it has been a long time since we have done a podcast. Over a month, I think, since we've actually done a podcast. Since I've done one in general, and since we've done one together, which was the Muskie one.
Last one was
which
Muskie
in
opener.
July,
Yeah. So
June,
over a month ago.
June, first weekend of June, and
Yeah.
now it's the second last weekend of July. So it's been a while. And
By
everyone,
God, a lot has happened since then.
I know, it's crazy, dude. Lives are changing. But guys, before we get this podcast started, remember to like and subscribe and send it to your mom, your dad, send it to your friends, share it all around. Even if you don't like it, hitting that share button goes a long way. We're trying to get something going here, and we appreciate anything you guys do to help us out. But with that being said, yeah, it's been forever.
Yeah, buddy.
It has been forever. And now that's just,
Where do we even
we
start?
talk almost every day, so it hasn't been forever,
No.
like, in our daily lives. But since we've, tried to
Some major
do some
trips,
sharings.
though. Major trips, though. Like you did your Algonquin Park crazy 60-kilometer survival hike. I think that's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, I need to go talk to Adam and get him on here. That was actually in May, so
Okay. So even
you're
longer
obviously,
ago?
Whatever. I'm gonna let that one slide. It's been a long time.
Fair enough.
Wait,
Jesus.
when was that? That what? Oh man, I don't remember now. It wasn't in May, actually. I don't think.
I don't think so, man. I'm pretty sure it was in June.
It was before the Scotty podcast, which was like 2 weeks after the one with you. So
That's how the summer goes, losing track of things.
I don't know. I work too hard, man.
Yeah, I know.
I work too hard. I love too much, and I think too deeply.
And I mean, I just got back from BC recently, massive trip, did a bunch of fly fishing out there, actually got engaged. Just a massive trip, man. Bought a house recently. There's just so much going
Tyler
on.
has been making huge
Jesus,
life
man.
achievements.
Becoming an adult, the age of 36.
Tyler's got he popped a few achievements there on the Xbox that I think that
Achievement unlocked.
yeah, he had a real life bleep bloop moment.
Seriously.
And man,
But-
congratulations first
Thanks,
off.
dude. I appreciate
that's so
that.
sick. And you shared a video with myself and Ryan that is just the most adorable thing in the world. That I had to turn it off so I wouldn't cry. It was just, oh my God.
Yeah, through a little...
You two and your happy lives.
No, it's
falling in
exciting, man. It's
love,
exciting.
and,
It's,
yeah, it makes me sick.
Oh, good. Get the barf bag out. It's just nasty. But no, it was quite exciting and a lot of big things coming up. The best part is I still haven't missed a beat with fishing. Maybe not going out as much as I'd like to during the week, but we're still grinding. We're still going hard, and a lot of projects have come up. So,
I mean, it's exciting, but let's start off with the BC trip. I mean, I haven't really heard much. You just put out the video. I watched it. It's like it's pretty long, but it is jam packed with action and just beautiful views everywhere, all throughout the video. You got some sweet bald eagle shots.
yeah,
Like crazy stuff,
man,
that
super close and
you got that drone in every video, and fishing crystal clear blue lakes and rivers and catching trout that I had never even heard of.
It's exceptional, man. And one thing I must say about BC is like their stocking system and how they do things with stocking trout out there is like world class. Like We're talking about over 6 different strains of trout: Kamloops strain, Fraser Valley strain, Penasque strain. These are all different types of trout that grow at different rates, eat at different times of the day, eat different types of forage and bugs. And like, you can look up a body of water on the website for BC fishing, and you know how here in Ontario, like, you'll see the body of water and then rainbow trout and then an amount, no date, no, like, just nothing. Like, you know nothing. In BC, you literally have your body of water, you have the strain of trout that's stocked in that water, you have the date it was stocked, you have the quantity of trout that was stocked, you also have the average size of fish that was stocked. You literally have all the information, which is insane. So you can, you kind of know what to expect when you go to that body of water. You can prepare in advance of how you want to approach the fish because you research the strain, see what they're like. And, over I think they stock over 2 million trout a year or some crazy number like that. So it's unreal.
I was going to ask about that because I had 2 main points I wanted to bring up. The stocking versus, because there's a lot of natural trout out there as well.
Yeah.
And how that kind of works. And I guess we pretty much explained it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the stocking, like, there's a lot of stocking done in rivers to maintain populations, but a lot of the rivers out there host like the natural fish. A lot of the stocking's done in the lakes. And, the numbers are so large.
Is it similar to here where 2, 3, 4 weeks after the stocking happens, you just can't even fish there anymore? Or do they just stock it so much, or does it not get fished as hard? Or are there just lots of fly fishermen who don't catch and cook everything like certain people do here?
Honestly, like, I was fishing in the Okanagan zone, and when I looked at the stocking reports, there was I counted 32 lakes just in that zone that were stocked, compared to maybe, like, in our zone here or surrounding zones, maybe 5 to 10 lakes that are stocked.
Well, actually, I could probably name 5 to 10. There's definitely tons more.
There's definitely more.
In Lanark, there's at least 40.
That's a big number, bro.
I know.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Either way,
you can't get to a lot of those lakes by car though. That's the big problem.
Access is a thing for sure. But yeah, no, just the vast number of bodies of water you can fish, the access. And it's so spread out, and there's so many that I like, from the experience that I've had, is like, you don't not catch fish. You're going to catch fish.
Is it all private or is it public land?
It's a mixture of both.
Okay, private lakes, private land.
A lot of the time you'll have the lake that is sort of surrounded by private land, but there's still public access. Might not be the easiest access, but oh man, I would kill to be able to bring my kayak out there, dude. We've always fished, and my dad has like the John boat, the Marlin there. We hook it up with the trolling motor, which is awesome, super comfortable. It's really nice, but man, would I ever kill to have my kayak out there on some of those lakes,
throw the boat
man.
In the pickup truck. It seems so nice.
Yeah, it's unreal.
You could get a kayak out there though still.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd bring it on the plane though, unless I drove. That's a big drive though. It's like a 5-day drive.
Are there not kayaks in that area that you could, or
it's
your
so
parents
remote,
don't have
man.
kayaks?
No, they don't have kayaks. I know I think they thought about getting some, but I mean, it's not like I have a crazy kayak, but it's the way I have it rigged up. It's kind of like I can't just jump in a Pelican and fish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, it's like you've
kind of gotten used to
similar
a certain rig
to like getting a car, and you kind of put everything in its place where you want it exactly.
Exactly. Just a house or like anything, you know.
Yeah, so you drive a rental and you're like, oh, this is kind of weird.
Oh man, rentals.
Until your rental has like automatic
wipers, the
rentals, and
get them onto the soccer fields and just do donuts.
And
just shred them up, man.
Yeah, that's when you hope you paid the travel insurance.
Oh yeah, big time.
Always get the travel insurance.
Time. Yeah,
always.
But
no matter what.
The trip was unreal, man, and another big thing too is like normally when I go out there that time of year, like end of June, it's normally all the bodies of water are blown out, they're muddy, they're running super fast, and this year it's just, unfortunately, with the unprecedented heat, like the water levels were what they're like in like August normally. So the flows
So it's
were
low?
yeah, the
Okay.
flows were perfect on the river. Like, it was so fishable. It was clear. It was just like, it was unreal, man.
So my other question about it was that, do fly fishermen out there, is there a huge fly fisherman versus spinning deal?
It's interesting. Yeah.
Because
It's a good
your
question.
dad, like everyone, even your mom was fly fishing.
Yeah. It runs in the family,
if
man.
you
It's,
if you gave Allie a spinning rod and she went out there and started fishing with a spinning rod, and some random stranger came up, would they be like feel a certain way about it?
so it's funny you ask that, because the majority of people I see fishing down there are fishing with spinning rods. It's really weird.
Is it really weird? I feel like
well,
that's the more like.
Honestly, man, I'm probably jaded because I've been fly fishing for a really long time, and it's what I originally started on when I was a child, and then I eventually transitioned to, multi-species spin fishing, bait casting, things like that. But like, I feel like if you're fishing for trout, like, fly fishing's the way to go, man. It's the most natural presentation. It's a completely different feeling on the line. Like, it's really, like, don't want to sound like a snob, but it really is an art. Like, learning how to fly fish versus like properly and being able to read the water, present the right fly, present it in a way that there's no drag on the line. It's just like a perfect presentation. Like, landing that big fish when you're fly fishing feels so much more accomplishing than landing a bigger fish on a spinning rod. I don't know why, but and there's no hate anyways, like, if you're fishing, that's cool with me. It's just it always surprises me the amount of people I see spin fishing down there. Like, you see guys in rivers, like fast moving rivers. I saw a guy like fishing with a bobber, and a guy with like a big salmon spoon. It's just like, I don't know.
Wait,
like,
what?
What's going on, man?
Well, like a giant silver
like, just like
spoon?
giant spoons and stuff,
What
and
the
like,
heck?
you're not gonna catch anything, bro. Like,
Yeah, until he catches like a 30-inch
a lot
king.
of rocks, unless you're in like the Fraser River and you're going for sturgeys or something, because renowned in the world for that. So there's just so many fishing opportunities out there. It's unreal. But
Do you ever get the chance to kind of go out on those bigger rivers and fish for like cohos or king salmon or anything?
We never
Or is
have.
it not even in your area? Or?
Not really. There's a couple lakes maybe about 2 hours away that have salmon in them, but river-wise, not really. The opportunities are close by, maybe a 3-4 hour drive. It's completely different. Like, every 2 years, we did the pink salmon run in Squamish. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that's literally like an F1 car driving by.
Yeah, geez.
On the highway. But we had the opportunity to fish the pink salmon run in Squamish, which is about an hour and a half, 2 hours outside of Vancouver, and like, that was mental. Like, absolutely crazy fish. They come out of the ocean every 2 years, go upstream to spawn, and anything pink, you drop anything pink in there and you're gonna hook onto some crazy salmon.
I'm gonna have to go and do that, because that's
man.
like my favorite thing.
I remember on the last day I caught, it was a 13.59 pound male pink salmon. It literally like took me down the river. I'd broken my rod on that fish, and it took me about 45 minutes to bring it in.
Wow.
It was just unreal. Like, but I was using a 5-weight.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I should have had like an 8 or 9 weight rod for that fish, but
Yeah, if you're not
still
into
an
fly
experience.
fishing, like 5-weight is
lighter
similar
rod.
to like
it's like a trout rod.
I was gonna say like a medium light or light action
Oh,
spinning
when you're
rod.
comparing it to that, yeah, you're looking about a medium light for sure.
Yeah, like you're looking. It's like a panfish rod almost.
Yeah,
or
it's
like,
lighter. It's lighter, but
So
that
if you want to
crazy.
catch like a bunch of 1 pound smallies, that's the rod that you would probably pick, and it's still like gives it a fun experience.
Fun experience, yeah.
For sure.
Comes down to your tippet and all that too. What kind of, like, similar to your fluorocarbon or your leader material, like how light you're running, and a lot of factors, man. But you never run out of opportunities down there. It's crazy.
But are there other fish down? I've never been.
Oh yeah, there's bass, there's pike, there's really good bass and pike out there. You just never hear about them because everyone
Everyone
fishes
really?
for trout and salmon. Yeah,
That's very interesting.
Yeah, it's
now
nuts,
I gotta go over there with a kayak.
Aren't you going there soon?
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, buddy.
Nothing's
No,
finalized.
there's no
but,
such thing as I think. I want to hear yes, I'm going.
Oh well, I don't know.
Okay,
That's my answer.
fair enough.
I mean, I booked the time off, but the plane ticket's not booked, so
Oh,
it's
man,
probably
you
gonna be a
won't want
last
to come
minute
back,
thing.
man. You're not going to want to come back.
People say that.
Yeah, and you don't know until you go and experience it.
Exactly. So I'll keep my mouth shut for now.
Fair enough. Got Jackson things to
holy
do.
moly. Yeah, dude. Friggin'
Congrats to that,
officially
brother.
Jackson kayak fishing team member.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Goes hand in hand with your new.
oh yeah, I mean, I got a new kayak as well from Frontenac. It's a Jackson kayak U-Pick.
Sexy,
and it's
sexy,
sweet.
sexy.
I'm no longer a CUDA man. I'm a U-Pick man,
Man,
aka
I
the
love
barge.
that. I love that kayak, man.
AKA I don't have any other names with it.
The barge.
The barge, man. The barge. You can fit so much stuff on that
The
kayak
party
and it
island.
ain't going anywhere. It's
So
super
nice.
nice. Like,
Tiger shark.
the tiger shark color that's like
Oof.
insane orange, mainly orange with some white and black, splashed on there. It just it looks really good.
Yeah.
It fits pretty much all of my needs in terms of kayak fishing, and it's going to be good for camping. It's good for filming. I've filmed a little bit out of it already. Filming out of it probably in 2 days now. You know, you can get up, take a walk around the whole boat pretty much.
Crazy.
And
Crazy
you're
stable.
not tipping over.
Yeah.
It does track and paddle quite a bit slower than the CUDA. I mean, the CUDA is a very
Flatter
got
boat.
a pointed nose, cuts through the water like butter, and you can paddle farther and faster, easier. But I've got a new paddle, Bending Branches paddle. It's 265.
Woo.
So,
Proper.
Yeah, the
Your
last
tall
one
ass.
is 230 or 220 even.
Yeah.
It's tiny. So that does help a little bit, but you know, you can only do so much when you're paddling a boat that's like 3 or 4 inches wider and it's flatter on the bottom.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly. You know, everyone finds the boats that works for them.
So much deck space though.
Oh, dude.
God, it's so sweet, man.
Yeah, and I'm running.
I love it.
I've got my fish finder set up finally.
Thank God.
Can put the Yak Attack crate in the back, 3 rods. Got the Yak Attack rod holder with my net, and I've got the paddle holders now.
Yep.
And the Yak Attack GoPro mount. So
You Yak Attacked up, man.
I know, man.
And a lot of people don't know this, but you've been working with Jackson for quite a while now. Like you're like the unsung hero behind the scenes there. A lot of content, a lot of
I wouldn't
photos.
like to say that, but you know, I
I'm
like
gonna
to be loyal to. You know, I wouldn't be doing any of this kayak fishing stuff probably if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for Will.
Yeah.
And you know, I've met some super great people on the way, like Scotty.
Yeah.
And
It's a big community, man. Like it's a really solid
Scotty,
community.
Aaron is a Jackson kayak guy. You've got some of the Cornwall boys. They all have Jacksons.
Yeah.
James McBeath. Just like everyone's a big happy family.
Yeah.
Adam Prost, he's a newly Jackson member as well. You know, and everyone's super friendly, super nice, pretty fun to hang out with. I don't have anything bad to say.
That's good.
Right? Yeah. I mean,
At least on this.
I could come up with stuff, but
yeah. That's funny. No,
I'm
congrats though, man. We're super stoked for you.
Stoked.
Yeah.
It's
a really cool move.
It's changed some of my thoughts and feelings, and in my heart, I know this is where I want to be.
Yeah. Sky's the limit now, man. See what happens.
And you know what? Honestly, things are only going to be moving forward. I've already laid down some ideas for next year that I'll probably talk to you about off camera.
Yeah.
And
planning in advance, baby.
Oh yeah, dude.
Getting ready for hunting too.
Frontenac is involved. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We just got to figure out logistics.
You had that kayak for the Chio tournament, right?
I did have that kayak for the Chio tournament, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the Chio tournament. Because I was unfortunately
catching all these trout.
Yeah,
like,
I was
unfortunately
exactly.
Dude reaching in the water with the net. He wasn't even like fly fishing. He's just like, oh, look, a trout, and grab it.
Just scooping them with bare hands. But no, man, I really wanted to go to that. I again missed it second year in a row because of that BC trip. But tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, dude, you got to plan your trips in advance like me.
I know. and not buy the tickets.
And then remember to mark it on your calendar so that Ryan doesn't call you 2 weeks later saying, hey, man.
Hey, remember this?
Remember this thing you agreed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no?
Salmon fishing next weekend?
Salmon fishing at the beginning of August. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be fun.
But what about that Chio tournament, though?
So Chio tournament was amazing.
Sick.
Thanks to all the sponsors and everyone who volunteered, hang out. We raised over $27,000 for Chio.
Damn.
Which is just blown.
Are you serious?
Blown the past 2 years out of the way. Yeah, dude.
That's insane.
Crazy numbers. So thanks everyone who donated their time, their efforts, their money.
That's a lot of money.
So many people, and all the raffle tickets went to the Chio stuff. Frontenac donated a kayak this year.
Wow.
There was tons of Yak Attack stuff to give away. There was an Orion cooler there at the raffle.
Which one? Which color?
Orange.
Oh, the new orange pumpkin one, eh?
Yeah.
Limited run. Ooh.
So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And it was really windy that day, you're saying, eh?
Oh, it sucked.
Too bad.
It wasn't
fishing
too
conditions
bad,
weren't great.
to paddle out.
It was in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah, it was hot AF, dude. It was like 36 degrees out.
That's
I want to say it was 34 degrees.
Jesus.
Just brutal. We're all just sitting there in the sun for the awards, which is, to be expected. The tournament runs from 7 to 2.
Yeah.
You come back, have a barbecue, mingle, and then they do the awards and raffle draws and stuff like that. So
nice.
It's a good day.
It's a
full day. Didn't end
Yeah.
up leaving till about 6 o'clock.
You
probably.
party animal.
So yeah, full day of adventure, half day of fishing. I went out with James. We fished near each other the whole day, not quite exactly with each other. He's
Vicinity.
a big paddle guy.
Yeah, that's good. So am I.
He likes to paddle. It's
cool.
not always about the fish, but yeah, he did a little bit better than me in the tournament. He lost some nice fish. And the only nice fish that I lost were pike.
Oh, it's you and your pike, man.
I don't know. I'm a pike magnet. Since
Literally
a
pike magnet.
I can't figure out how to catch anything else. So pike is it for me. And I caught a 30-inch pike. That was like the biggest fish of the day. And he flopped off my board before I could get a photo of him. Just posted the TikTok on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm still not on TikTok, man.
It's ridiculously funny.
Oh. Wait, is that the one where he like launched off and didn't even touch the boat? He just did like a backflip. Was like, "Okay, see you later."
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I saw that. That's too funny, man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Jesus.
So yeah, the day for me started off pretty rough. We paddled out to our spot. We started 2 casts in. James has got a fish. I'm casting frogs in lily pads. I'm like, I'm not catching anything. James is he was using a swim bait all day, and all the fish were pretty shallow. And that's kind of what I was getting from most people. There were some smallies that were like 16 to 20 feet down.
That makes sense.
But that we were not in that area. The place where the launch is, 90% of the people went north.
Oh, okay.
In the lake, because the lake really opens up, gets a lot bigger.
Did you find a lot of guys?
We went south and fished like big bays and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you find a lot of the guys who, because I'm sure there's a mixture, I still haven't been to an event, but I'm sure there's a mixture of like pedal drive and then regular paddle. Do you find the pedal drive guys can like give her and they get out to spots much further than everyone else?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think they're a little bit faster than a paddler, but nothing crazy.
Okay, that's cool.
They do allow trolling motors in the tournaments now, though, up to 3 horsepower. So
interesting.
Those people have a little bit of advantage, in my opinion.
Well, for sure. I mean, you're not wasting energy.
Yeah. So and people aren't getting that far either. And they're it's a tournament. It's a fundraiser. Chio.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing.
So they're not super strict on the rules.
That's all good.
No, it's okay.
It's all good.
What was the lake?
We're getting lake tips from across the parking lot here.
What was the lake? We'll share it with 50 people. Should I bleep that out?
Have a good night, brother.
I'll bleep it out.
Cheers. But yeah, no, that's good, man. So what do you recall the winning? Because like, what was the tournament like? How did it work? Biggest fish or like
it
bag
was
or?
so the bag. It was a 1-day tournament. The bag was your biggest 3 fish.
Big 3, okay.
Minimum of 12
inches.
inches.
Yeah, okay.
60 people didn't catch anything, I think.
What?
Or like 1 fish.
Out of how many anglers?
100.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
my
insane.
numbers are wrong. Maybe it's like 30. But it was a lot.
Still a
like,
lot, yeah.
A crazy number. Like Jordan Seguin. Is that how you say it?
Sege?
I thought it was like more French than that.
I
You're
don't
the
know,
French
man.
one between the two of us, so
Sege.
Seguin.
Yeah.
I talked to him at the end of the day, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I couldn't catch anything except pike. He caught like 13 or 14 pike," and I was like, "Oh my god."
You guys share the same fate.
No, dude, I was killing it. Dude, I've never caught so many rock bass in my life. In
Mighty
my
rock bass
life,
bag. Weighing in 12 rock
I
bass.
had like the 70-inch rock bass bag, dude. If
rock bass bag, man.
if there was like a total
Oh
number
my
of fish
God.
caught, because after a while I was like, oh, this is hilarious. I'm just gonna start throwing it because rock bass. I mean, I was like, it's got bass in the name. I'm taking
Yeah.
a picture of it. I
you
set
just started
until
doing that on the
I
board.
caught a lot of like 6 to 8 inch rock bass or 9-inch largies.
Damn.
Like, oh man, how many? At least 50 fish.
Do you remember what the winning like length was for the 3 combined though?
The winning length was 50. Oh, I can look it up right now. I can do that.
All right.
I'll
super
tell you
curious.
I know my placement.
You did decent.
I came 21st.
Yeah, that's
out
pretty
of
good.
100, which I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, man.
Except for one thing, and that one thing is in the podcast with Scotty, I talked some crap. I said I'm going to do better than you, and he beat me by 0.5 inches in the whole
God.
tournament.
0.5, man.
He was 20th place and I was 21st place. I was like, dang it. Now, I do remember the biggest fish, the big fish.
Yeah.
Big fish battle. They won something. Can't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
It's like gift cards.
Was it a big
and
one?
Stuff. 19 inches or maybe it was 19.5.
Okay.
Um,
So a little bigger than the one I caught on the weekend.
19 inches. Yeah, a little
That
bit
was
bigger.
18.5, yeah.
And she won that by a landslide too. The other ones in
Really,
the
eh?
18s. Yeah, I mean
Wow.
anything over after over half an inch, I would consider a landslide.
White Lake, eh?
And
I've never
then
fished White
Antoine
Lake.
Desroches-Gagnon,
Yeah.
he won it for the second year in a row by an inch, 52.25 for
Damn.
top 3. So that's not even, that's like 3 17.5-inch
Yeah,
fish,
that's not
basically.
crazy.
It's not that crazy. But it's nice to have 3, for it to be 3 fish.
Yeah.
Because then if you catch like 1 fish or 2 fish, you still have a decent chance of if you're catching lots of 16 inches like I was catching or 16.5 inch bass like I was catching, you could still win with 1 19-inch fish or one.
You need a
like,
kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you catch 1 big fish, then you still got a decent chance.
Still in the game.
Which I think was nice. But I would say only the top 30 people probably even caught 3 fish.
Damn.
I
I don't know, man. I've never fished White Lake before.
That was my first time fishing.
Was it?
Too,
Would you
yeah.
go back? What'd you think?
I would go back just
Yeah?
because of that pike, though.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
yeah.
So there's decent fish in there for sure.
Yeah.
You need to spend more
100%
time on
there's
it.
big fish in there, and I only fished like one like
small
2%
portion
of the whole lake,
If
probably,
that,
because it was so windy. Like James and I, we paddled through one whole bay, then we paddled to like another island, and then we fished up the side of that island going up, and then we crossed at the end of the island to the bay across, and then the wind just picked up, so I was like, I'm just gonna go with the wind. James went across to the other bay. We met up on the other side of the island. But when I drifted back through the whole spot I fished all morning, I drifted back and that's when I caught all my fish, like in the crazy winds on a Texas rig Senko in the
Good old
shade.
Senko.
Well, I mean, I was wacky rigging and drop shotting. Like
Yeah.
Drop shot's my favorite thing to do, and for bass anyways, and
Wasn't
it wasn't
cutting it?
doing any.
doing it, eh?
I lost 2 really good bass. And then
Drop shot's tough, man. It's such a small hook you're playing with, and
I just haven't figured it out. I think because I used to be. Well, I don't know. I think I haven't come up with a good enough pattern. I used to fish it, with cheap hooks, and that's how I was losing fish. And then changing anything you change in a drop shot changes so much, really. And you wouldn't think that, but like if you change your hook, it's going to change so much. If you change your bait, it's going to change so much. If you change the weight that you're using, it's going to change. Even
how you tie your hook on, man. In the there's so many different ways of tying your hook on so it sits properly and upright. And that's a factor too.
Oh yeah, dude. And these the X Zone floating baits, I don't know what they're called.
Hot shot minnow.
Yeah. X Zone hot shot minnows, dude. Those are the baits you want. I'm out of those now.
I love X Zone, man. I've always messed with X Zone, their Ned rigs especially. I've always had good luck with them, and
it's been
a good product.
I bought 4 bags of those since from the Peterborough iCast thing. I don't know. It's not called iCast.
I don't remember what it's called.
But I bought 4 bags there. I literally have 3 plastics left in 1 bag.
Of all of them, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. So I've just been going through them like crazy, and I haven't really caught anything huge this month. But I think it's been a tough month for anyone who's not in Ontario.
We're getting into that time of year,
people are fishing the St. Lawrence are just catching complete donkeys.
Well, yeah, that's what they do down there, man.
Dude, so the St. Lawrence, I was talking to Ian yesterday or the day before, and he fished just Gananoque, or no, not Gananoque. He fished Charleston
Cardinal?
Lake.
Oh, Charleston.
Yeah, because there was a tournament going on the St. Lawrence for Bass Masters Open.
Oh, so it was busy.
It was busy.
Yeah.
The biggest fish of the day was a smallmouth that was 6.25 pounds. I think it's just ridiculous,
dude. You see the one day bags at 26 pounds.
Yeah, that's what the winning bag for the first day was 25 pounds. The guy who won the whole tournament, which is a 3-day-long tournament, had 72 pounds.
It's disgusting, man. It's a big fish factory. St. Lawrence River's a big fish factory.
You're telling me that this dude caught 15 fish and they were all over 5 pounds?
100%.
What the F,
But then you look at you see the footage of them, and they're in 10-foot waves on the front of their boat, trolling motors flying out of the water, and they're just flying around drop shot. It's nuts, man.
Yeah,
St. Lawrence is a different beast, man.
I'm cool catching my 1 or 2 19-inch fish a month.
You know what? We got the Ottawa River right beside us here.
I've never fished there super seriously.
Me neither, man.
It's
just so. I see the amount of sewage that gets dumped into the river here in the city on an annual basis, and it absolutely disgusts me.
I know that there's big fish at Deshanes,
yeah. There's definitely big fish in the river, man. It's just the river disgusts me. The water looks like chocolate milk. It's just a gross river, man. You go upstream into Quebec, up by Pontiac, stuff like that. The river's beautiful.
Oh yeah,
it's clear, it's a proper river. And then you get down into here, and it's
it's all that
half
pollution,
the time the beaches are closed because of E. coli and people growing fins and shit.
Or you see people swimming at Britannia Beach or probably over at Peachtree
watch
Island.
out for the logs, bro. And I'm not talking
dude,
trees.
You gotta take a 20-minute shower after you
literally,
go in there.
Dude, bring that Beach Box Co. shower with you in your car.
You can't swallow the water or something.
Jeez, man, don't even start, man.
So I have I had a triathlon when at Mooney's Bay. They do triathlons there.
Yeah.
That was, probably 5 years ago at this point. And I guess I had swallowed the water or something, dude. I was
so sick.
Having some 10 bathroom visits a day.
Yeah, you had problems for a bit.
Holy moly.
Not surprised, man.
It was it made everything, it was a detox. It was like a friggin' juice cleanse.
Yeah, you got cleaned out.
Well, yeah,
we're getting into that time of year though where fishing starts to get a bit trickier, the fish starting to move deeper.
Well, we do a lot of back lake fishing, and that's my prefer. If I can catch some fish on a back lake and there's nobody there. We went fishing with Scotty in this lake, and Scotty knows every lake imaginable known to man in the area.
In our area.
He catches all the big fish. He's the big guy. when he met us there, he was like, "Holy cow, this is in the backcountry, isn't it?" And I'm like,
Yeah, I was
we got
surprised, man. I was surprised. I'm like, man, I thought Scotty fished some lakes.
He does fish some lakes, man. But I guess if you don't know,
no, but there's just so many, man. That's the thing. There's so many.
Yeah, and everyone's got their favorite place. Like the place where we're going on Monday is one of his favorite places. But he was like, "Holy moly, this is out there."
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we got to paddle for like 10 to 15 more minutes to get to where we're actually going.
Yeah, but
we get out there. There's the only 3 of us on the whole
literally
lake. It's like super
for
quiet,
the whole time.
super calm, super like just really nice time. Like that's when you can really disconnect, I feel like.
From, absolutely.
Man. If you really wanted, you can go out into Shoons. You can hammer 50 smallies or 50 catfish probably, or if you knew how to catch walleye. Unfortunately, I don't.
Apparently, I do.
Yeah. You could do that at the Shanes too. There's muskie there. There's pike. Like you could literally go there, fish for 2 hours maybe, and catch tons of fish.
The elusive brown trout.
That's not. I'm slowly learning that's not for me.
Yeah,
and I really
it's funny
have grown to
that,
appreciate. Just kind of the disconnect.
It's not just about catching big fish anymore. It's really about the total experience, and like it's almost like the fish are a bonus now.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing happened. Like fishing is just weird right now, like you said.
Yeah,
fish are not where I would expect them to be at certain times of year.
It's getting hot, man. Like it's been hot.
When we fished with Scotty, I think the fish were either in some weird shallow stuff or they were
in the
20
pads.
feet deep.
Yeah,
there was nothing in between for some reason. It doesn't make
except for
any
that 21-inch walleye I caught in
the
like
only
10
fish
feet of water.
in between is the walleye that you're catching at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for no reason on a Ned rig.
So random. And then the one on this weekend, again, 20 feet of water, which makes more sense, especially during the day, but just not even targeting the men. Jesus, so
I think
weird.
You just got like the touch.
Yeah, the inadvertent touch or something. But
the wind caught you, that you were out of fish on. And
by the time you guys hear this, the next day is going to be another big kayak gathering on the Mississippi.
That's true.
It's going to be my first event. I'm pretty excited to meet some folks and get out there and fish.
Yeah, if you guys listen to this on Friday, tomorrow there's a kayak Bass Canada meetup at Mississippi Lake.
Yeah, check it out.
The
9th concession,
east side. The lake, the
west
launch.
side.
The launch is
West
near
side.
the bird sanctuary.
Yeah.
That's that side.
Out of town.
West side. Yeah.
I've never fished the Mississippi on my kayak though, so I'm interested. I know it's a big enough lake.
I've only been on the Mississippi one time.
It's a weird lake, man. It's very shallow. It's a very shallow lake in a lot of areas.
Yeah, and it's got lots of weeds.
It does, yeah, big time. So that'll be interesting.
I think I'm just excited to. I'm gonna roll camera. I'm gonna start asking people about bass because this is the end of the July tournament, so that video's got to come to a close somehow. And I gotta get questions of people.
I need
talking
questions
about bass
answered. I need some answers.
Well, it's just interesting to get other people's perspective on why they like certain species and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't ask myself because all I can seem to catch is pike. So.
Yeah, you caught it. Doyle was on like a small fish kick on the weekend. It was almost became a joke that like.
It's not a joke. It's a very serious thing.
It is.
I'm a small fish expert.
Micro fishing expert.
If you not even micro fishing, dude. It's normal size fishing. Just catching the smallest fish possible, and I've been doing it for years, like ask Ryan, man, we'll go fishing together. He'll catch one fish all day, and he'll be very emotional about it.
Oh yeah.
And I'll catch 10 fish, but they're all 12 inches or less.
No,
It all depends what you prefer, man.
They measure.
He's going out with Amanda. They're on the Rito. And they both caught tanks, like 20-inch smallies. I've never been more jealous in my life. But if I was there, I'd only be catching the 6-inchers.
Kind of reminds me of this past weekend. Doyle and I went out to a lake bright and early, man. Like we got there, the sun was just hitting the water, and like there was this fog rolling off the water. It was absolutely unreal. But
Have you checked out your drone shots from that? Because
Yeah,
I checked out mine today, and I
dude.
was like, "What the F?"
Yeah, they're insane, man.
Oh
Even
my
some of the
cow.
footage on the FX30 of like loading up the kayak and stuff. I'm like, this,
Oh yeah.
this
like
is
the
insane.
sun, the way
man.
the sun is hitting
Oh,
the
yeah, it's
fog in the
so
background
cool.
is
I love that
nuts.
stuff, man.
It's
You don't
nuts.
realize how awesome the footage is till you review it later, and like you hope it always turns out, but then you're like, damn, this is really good. But anyways, I was using this. It's like a hybrid steroid version of the Ned rig called the Tiny Child rig. It's basically like a weedless Ned rig, and I was giving it a whirl that day.
I would almost call it a weedless Nico rig.
It's got aspects
sophisticated
of everything,
Nico
man.
rig,
It's like a reverse Texas rig Ned rig with a Nico hook and a Nico weight. It's either way though, it gives it a different action. It moves differently in the water. It's something a lot of the fish around here haven't seen, and I guarantee you're probably sitting there going, "This sounds like the stupidest rig I've ever heard of." And I know
'cause
you've probably
is.
never fished it before, but
Yeah, if they didn't give it such a
Man.
dumb name.
I know, but still, I must say the rig was amazing. You know, second cast of the day, caught a nice 18.5 inch. I don't know how heavy it was, but I would say it was a 3.5 to a 4 pound largemouth. And it was just, it was unreal, man. So going to be experimenting with that rig a lot more. It was a really hot day, and it was on a lake we never really fished, so we were just trying to figure it out, get a lay of the land, and, you know, we caught some fish.
And
but
if we ever go back there, and
different strategy.
Yeah, I
next
definitely
time.
know
Yeah.
the spots that I want to go to and
Yeah.
where I want to hit them, how I want to hit them, and probably for how long.
Put a comment in the bottom, though, if you guys have ever tried or heard of the Tiny Child rig.
Yeah,
I'm
let
gonna
us
throw
know.
a little short
Let
up
us
on
know
the
your,
channel, show you how to rig it up and fish
and
it.
actually, Tyler's gonna have a video or short coming out soon, showing you all about that.
Crazy sounding rig, man.
If you guys have any other fun names for rigs, drop them in the comments. Tyler will try them out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make videos about them, see how they go.
The next one is called the rig.
I was trying to think of a joke I could make that wasn't too extreme, but like the Tiny Child rig, man. I don't know.
I think I might have to bleep what I said.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's too far.
Yeah, maybe. It's a family channel, man. What are you doing?
I don't know, dude. You're the fly fisherman. Welcome to Disney. That's why it's art, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think
How
you
do I
should do that
cast?
for
Just
your video.
do a Disney D in the air.
And have your fly rod just coming back and forth. And in the sky, you just kind of write out in
I could like
cursive
Photoshop
in
a paintbrush
glitter
onto my
letters,
rod and then
glitter
paint in the
letters
sky.
of just like, Tyler.
Hello. That'd be hilarious.
And then your intro is, "My name is Tyler. Welcome to the Big Fish Energy." Come on, that's
Sounds like
genius.
a Blippi episode.
Genius.
Yeah.
Dude, and so I want to get back on the weird fishing. So I fish a lake that we frequent quite a bit when both you and Ryan were not available, not in the city or something.
Oh, when
busy
you were
doing
fishing
stuff,
on your own.
fishing on my own like a loser. And no fish were shallow at all.
No,
No fish shallow. Fishing deep is just hard sometimes.
Yeah. There's less structure
And
when you're out
there's
deep.
almost no structure.
And that's the
especially
thing,
in
because
that
there
lake.
is, but it's so specific in certain areas. It could be the smallest hump, man, that the fish are stacked up on. It could be the tiniest clump of weeds that you got to look at navionics, try to figure out where those areas would be, and just try to find them. It's difficult.
So what ended up happening, I fished a weed edge right off of a deep drop off.
Love that. Love those, man. Prime areas.
I drifted down by it once because it's windy, and I'm not going to fight that.
I'm going to fight
I drifted it all the way I drifted to the north side of the lake where there's just tons of weeds, like overwhelmingly a number of weeds. But
abundance of weeds.
And then in 5 feet of water in the weeds, I catch a friggin' smallie, like a 17-inch smallmouth.
That's weird. That's where the largies are supposed to be.
I was like, you are not. This is not where you live.
This isn't you, man.
This is not you, man. Maybe you identify as a largemouth, but you're a smallmouth.
And while you were fishing that way out here, I was doing the exact same thing on the lakes in BC, man. Finding those weed edges, and of course the water is so incredibly clear that like you saw the drone footage. It's like there's no water there at all.
Yeah, like you can
fish
see every single weed edge and everything. It's crazy.
You see the fish swimming around. It's freaking you out because you can see the size of the fish, and it's just
the same thing if you've ever seen yours or Ryan's quarry fishing.
Yeah,
like
some of the quarries are really
videos.
clear.
Like
they're really
they're
clear.
crazy clear. Ryan has got some insane footage of trout in some quarries. I think you probably do as well.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening is that with the storms that we had last year, there was one tree that had fallen in the water, and it was a brand new tree. Someone had put a jug. It's because I didn't notice it the first time I drifted by. Someone put a jug on the tree so boats don't run into it.
Right. Okay.
So this tree,
there's a marker.
Yeah, this tree has a big red jug marker on it. The tree comes out about let's say 15 feet from a cliff, essentially, that goes straight down. There's about 5 feet of weeds.
Yeah.
And then, so I casted, I fished this tree for probably an hour and a half. Wait for this guy to leave.
Jeez, buddy.
Beautiful. Fished that jug for probably about an hour and a half, and I caught 90% of my fish off of that tree the whole day.
Jug.
So the weeds from the cliff, they come out about 5 feet and they go down to about 9 feet. And then the very farthest point of the tree was about 17 feet deep. Huh. And I was drop shotting the whole time.
Yeah.
Every time. And I would cast it in the weeds and just slowly hop it out of the weeds. Every time I got out of the weeds, I was catching a fish. Yeah. And I caught some, and they were all largemouth.
Really, eh?
All of them were largemouth.
Yeah.
16, 17 feet of water, I'm catching largemouth.
Yeah.
And 2 pike.
Yeah, you got to, man.
I'm like,
it's not a session if you don't catch a pike.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wasn't leaving there without catching a pike. That's why I put on a popper.
Exactly.
And I caught a pike later.
I don't know why I just thought of this, but back when I was in like my late teens, I was like 18 or something. I was out with like my girlfriend and her dad at the time. My girlfriend at the time and her dad, they had a cottage out by Calabogie. So we were on Calabogie Lake with his like bayliner there, like not a fishing boat. It was like one of those comfortable cruising boats.
Oh, pontoon boat?
No, it wasn't a pontoon. It was like a cutter, like a cruising boat. Like, it has like a underneath that you can go in.
Oh,
it's got seats in the front. Boat. Like a big boat.
Holy.
I mean, it wasn't huge, but anyways, we were cruising around. We were over by the dam on the south side. And you know how they have like the pilings in the water with the markers on them?
Yep.
Well, there was a piling without a marker, and we like literally ran ashore on that bitch.
Oh, fuck.
We like went right up on it, man. Some of us flew into the water in the front of the boat, and like it was literally lodged up on this pile of rocks. And from what I remember, we like literally were on both sides of the boat, rocking it back and forth, trying to get off, because like the dam could have opened at any time. That would have been bad news.
That would have been scary.
But
I've seen that commercial with the beaver.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those Ontario commercials where they try to scare you about the dams and stuff. Yeah,
dude. But they do it with a beaver, so it's okay.
Or the one in the winter where like everything's a snowflake, but it's about ice fishing near dams. I don't know why you'd ice fish near a dam.
I don't listen to those.
Like,
oh, that's scary.
Like, what are you doing?
All the stuff that I do already is kind of scary.
Reevaluate your life, man. Anyways, we're not talking about ice fishing. We will be eventually, though.
Not yet.
Before we know it, it's going to be cold again, and
it's already getting cold.
Hey,
I'm cold right now.
That's why there was so much fog on the weekend, man. It was like 12 degrees overnight.
When I woke up, it was like 9 degrees when I left my house.
Changing.
Left my house at 4:40 or whatever, 4:45.
That's why the fish are so active in the mornings, though.
Ashley, because we're going to fish with her eventually. And she's like, I'm not waking up that early.
Oh, yeah. She loves to fish.
I was like,
I know her by she loves to fish.
I was like, no.
What she wanted
I don't
to
like
fish,
waking up
like
that
early.
No,
and then I'm dragging you out at 4 in the morning.
I'm like, this is Tyler's idea, not mine. I swear. I want to fish in the afternoon.
Oh man.
Oh, we got a big cumulonimbus cloud over there.
Yeah, and the moon poking out.
It'll miss us though.
Yeah, it's all good.
This is a nice area.
Yeah, it's quiet.
If it wasn't for the occasional F1 car.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen.
They're coming down the backstretch. No, that's very rare though. Motorbikes, man. Those guys think they can do all the things, but
I think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they'll always get away from the cops, but either way. So yeah, it'll be an interesting back half of the summer here for fishing. Definitely have a few more projects I want to do, more videos I want to make.
Yeah, and if you guys sign up for the kayak, I don't know where I want to say
say
kayak bass challenge. August, September, and then there's going to be October meetup.
I got to do that.
You can
I got to buy
sign
a
up-
bump board and do it.
Sign
man.
up before.
That's all that's holding me
Sign
back,
up before
man.
August. Sign up before September. It's
gotta do it.
$50. It goes into a big pot. There is real cash involved. So if you catch some big fish, you can win some big money. And the winners also are put on Team Canada. I
Say
think.
what?
I believe so.
That's cool. There's a lot at stake here, folks.
It's
pride.
not going to be us. Unless we start
Have
fishing the
faith,
St.
man.
Lawrence, dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I know, that's the
get
thing,
a guide
because
to
it's open
drag
to
us
anywhere,
around
right?
in a boat, and so we can catch fish. But that's kind of my on a video idea that I have. But yeah, we'll see. It's just for the fun, you know. It just
Yeah, that's
adds
it.
to the
It's just
whole
another
thing.
angle. It's just another fun competitive thing to do.
yeah, exactly. And nobody is too competitive yet,
Yeah.
other than me. Except I'm not competitive in terms of numbers, so I just talk
you just
a lot
talk
of trash.
Smack. I like it. Just get
But
everyone
everyone
riled
knows.
up and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
do what
yeah.
you got to do.
Yeah, I'm still And now Scotty's beating me in that too.
Yeah, well,
Even Jordan's beating me. Fucking what is that other guy from Cornwall's name? Can't remember. Randy, I think. I can't remember his last name.
Randy,
though.
you?
Yeah. Randy, you. He's beating me. Everyone's beating me.
Yeah,
Everyone
you
I know
just-
is beating me.
You're just a trash talking no show.
I know, dude. Jeez, it's
Whatever.
brutal.
You'll get there someday, man. Got that new rig now.
Listen,
There's no excuses.
It's like, for
Pay
me,
the
it's,
bills,
it's,
man.
it's chance, man. I'm in love with those 5 lakes that we fish,
yeah, I know.
and
I know you are.
and I know that there's big fish in there because I've caught them and I've seen other people catch
There's
them.
a few more lakes I want to bring you to that you haven't been to
Yeah,
yet.
so maybe, well, frig, I don't even know when that's gonna happen now.
Yeah, I know you're a busy guy, man.
End of August.
Yeah, we're booking into September right now,
Yeah.
folks. So, you know,
Yeah, frig. Maybe the day
that's what
after
happens when you're
my,
a professional photographer, man.
the day after my race, I could go down there.
/ marathon runner extraordinaire.
Definitely not extraordinary.
Some sort of marathon runner.
Runner, and then you just put like ...
Okay, that works
at the
too.
end. Runner ... sort of.
Candy lover. Does
No, this
everyone
one's
is
a
everyone
Spartan
aware
race.
how addicted to sweets and Kool-Aid you are?
No,
What's your daily consumption of Kool-Aid?
probably like 2 liters.
Jesus Christ.
Like within a 24-hour period.
The funny thing
probably
is
about
he's
2
not
liters.
joking. Like, we
Listen,
had
you
our
gotta get
hydro
hydrated
flasks out on the
somehow.
weekend, and he's there, like, spilling red stuff all over his shirt. I'm like, what's
Yeah,
that,
I'm
Doyle?
doing,
He's like,
oh
it's
my God, I got
Kool-Aid,
Kool-Aid
man.
on my pants. Dang it.
I don't drink water. I drink Kool-Aid, man.
Listen, you gotta get
So
it.
good.
It's good carbs for me. I'm a very slim person.
Them healthy carbs.
It doesn't matter. There's no such thing as healthy or not healthy in my
Good carbs,
situation,
bad
really.
carbs.
Not yet. In 10
That's
years,
awesome.
it might be different, but
Yeah, it's going to
right
catch
now
up to
it
you as
does
you get
not
older.
do anything. It's just carbs. There's no good or bad.
I mean, you run enough to balance it out anyways, so
I
it
do a
doesn't
lot
matter.
of stuff. It's not even just running.
Like, how many kilometers a week do you run?
Not that many. Like 60.
Okay, that's disgusting, dude.
That's not that much though.
Yeah, but it is, though.
For like a normal person, yeah.
Yeah.
For someone who should be running as much as I am, I should be at like 90 to 100. It takes up
Jesus,
like
man.
so much time that I don't
Yeah,
have.
that's insane. You should
So,
honestly like get a
I fit it
computer
in where
desk setup you can wear while you're running, so you can multitask,
I
edit photos while you're running.
It's not even that. It's the most annoying part of my work is like the data management side of it. That's
Data.
what takes like all of the time.
Like transferring
just transferring
Yeah,
files,
it takes
naming
forever,
files,
man.
moving stuff around.
Even with the fast speed and like the fast speed cards and stuff like that, it still depends on the vessel you're using to transfer said card onto
I'm using
another.
the friggin' Apple thing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Apple has their own proprietary bullshit.
Yeah, of course
That's
they do,
the
man.
thing that I'm using.
It's probably throttled too, and that's why it takes so long.
Thunderbolt out my ass.
Oh, Thunderbolt. So basically USB 3.0,
Yeah.
fancy term.
Yeah. But it's their specific card reader as well.
I know. That's so dumb, man.
Yeah, it was like $40.
Freaking Apple, man. You got sucked in, dude.
I don't mind it, to be honest, and it's super convenient. I can
Except for the read-write speeds.
the
Sorry.
card speed has a lot to do with it actually.
Well,
Like,
the card speed's
huge.
massive,
Even if
yeah,
I have like a
absolutely.
170 megabyte transfer speed on the card, transfers pretty fast. And when I go down to like 80, I notice it.
Oh, yeah. You're sitting there going, what is going
the
on?
thing is, I don't like to have multiple I like to have a lot of cards because I've lost footage before and I would hate to have that again.
Yeah, you do that once and you never do it again.
Yeah, so I, if I can do one shoot on a 16 gig card and then switch to another 16 gig card, I'd rather do that
Backups
than
on
have
backups.
128 gigabyte card with 2 days worth of photos on it.
Yeah,
and
there's
then
more to
lose all of
lose.
it.
There's more to lose. I got you. I understand.
So,
But yeah, no, I mean, it's what you do for work. I mean, you're constantly transferring files.
And
We're
people
talking,
are-
I'm
people
sure you're
don't get
using
that,
raw
but-
files too. They're like 25 megabytes or more a piece.
for my regular day stuff, no, I don't.
You just give them the regular JPEG stuff?
I do 3 JPEGs, and I bracket them, and then I
Oh, that's
combine them
cool.
later in Photoshop.
That's cool. Nice.
That's what takes so long usually.
Thank
actually.
God for Photoshop, man.
So, it's
Anyways, we went
bit
down
of
a
a pain.
technical road there. This isn't the tech channel,
If
but
you guys want to have a technical podcast about photos and
we
videos,
can talk tech, baby.
let us know in the comments
we're
below.
we're both nerds, man. Like I could talk tech
I'm not a tech
all
person
day.
at all.
No,
I'm the
I'm
opposite of a
your
nerd.
consult
You
for tech,
are
man.
the complete opposite. You're like, why don't you do this? I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't figure it out. You're like, it's so easy.
Make sure you update the software on anything you're using, not like Doyle.
It's just too much,
He didn't
dude.
know what, he didn't
You're
even
like,
know what to say there. He's like, you're
you're
right,
like, how you
damn
gotta
it.
just download, install the app,
Update
connect
the
the
firmware,
Wi-Fi,
bro.
you set up the password, do this, do that, do this. I'm like, yo, if I'm doing more than one thing, it's too much.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to set up a side business, man.
GoPro consultants.
Literally. Well, GoPro and other things, but
Listen, man, it took 2 years, but I updated the firmware on my Canon R,
that's good, man.
and I haven't noticed
it's
a
like
difference.
a whole
It's still overheated at the,
really, eh?
still overheated at
It's 'cause it's a
doing
Canon,
120 frames per second for half an hour.
You should see my camera's got a built-in fan that literally.
Your camera's is specifically made for filming
I know,
videos, though.
I know.
There is an R, it's like a Canon R.
The R's for photo.
or RC or something.
Yeah.
There is a cinematic one that I'm sure is way better.
Oh, well.
You can only do so much.
You're a
with
photo
firmware
guy,
stuff.
anyways.
I love taking photos.
Yeah.
It's my thing. It's
And they're
like
very good photos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's like
You guys have probably
I
seen so
just-
many of Doyle's
yeah.
photos without even realizing it. He's got photos in magazines. He's got photos all over the place, man.
yeah. If you are subscribed to the Kayak Angler magazine, I'm there.
Get him.
Some other ones from just basic
Cross
photo
borders.
stuff, or would submit for contests or whatever, and then I
He's
don't.
got the eye, man. He's got the eye. Y'all ever need some family photos? You want to
Do
get
not contact me. Do not contact me for that
Foil-
unless you know me
Foil-
personally.
Doyle's so good with kids, and he
I'm
does
not saying
baby
that I'm not.
pictures, and
I do
just-
do all
you would
those
kill
things,
your
but
photo sessions.
I don't want to do them for strangers. You know, you got to have a certain type of relationship, I think, to do that stuff. And
It's
I
true.
don't. I'm already like an anxious, uncomfortable, all the time nervous type of person.
Come by it
so it's just
honestly.
like, I don't. I prefer not to do stuff like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
We won't force you
And there's
to.
people who do stuff like that, and they do great stuff.
Yeah.
I like the style that I do of just like do whatever you do, and I'll take photos, and give subtle direction. You know, it's like candid style. I really hope that came through on the microphone.
Me too. That's how the episode should start.
No. I do think you'll be full time on here
Need an
eventually.
intro?
An intro, music or something.
And wait,
Just like a
honestly,
little
I know we've been
jingle.
talking about so
Tyler's
many
jingle.
different things tonight, but we're gonna have like
It's cause it's been so long.
it's true. Once we get back in the cadence, everything will be smooth.
So
we'll
we
have
needed to have
specific
one with
topics we
just
talk
us.
about. We want to know what you guys want to hear about, though. Like, put some comments down below of like topics you want to hear about.
If you
know,
have anyone you want to recommend us to have on here and just have like a nice little chat.
we're always
We don't
looking
want
for
this to be
guests
an
and
interview. We just want everyone
No.
to be hanging out.
That's
That's
it.
kind of the goal. And this
Something
is just
to
a
throw
catch
on
up
when
with
you're in
us.
the car, you know.
And
cruising.
we'll have to get to the my neighbor's house burning down next time. That's
Did
where
it
I'm 50
actually burn down, bro?
No, it didn't burn down.
Okay.
But the
Doyle
fire
saved the day.
Okay,
Give him a quick
well,
recap,
it's
man.
been
That shit's
52
crazy.
minutes it's been an hour already. Holy moly.
Really?
Yeah, the battery on this is going to die too. I got to run through this story really fast. So on
Coles notes,
Sunday
go.
night, I'm watching the Real Housewives, as I do. You know, it's my favorite show. I just watched the Real Housewives with my sister. And
Bro, I know you
and
could go into
comment.
detail about the Real Housewives,
I
but what
can't.
happened
I don't even
with
know
this
their
house?
names. The show just makes me mad, but my sister watches it, so I
Stop
watch it too.
talking about the show, Doyle.
Okay. So we're watching the show. and I live in a town, like bunch of townhouses, so any
Attached.
noise that you can
Hear it
you
all.
can hear it. And someone's playing loud music, that's, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And the other noise we can hear is like this constant beeping that we couldn't figure out what it was. The beeping's going on and on and on. We're like, oh, must be a fire alarm or something. Maybe someone will put it
Casual
stop
fire
it or
alarm.
whatever. And then after about 45 minutes to an hour of this, we're like, what is going on?
Still going.
The music has stopped at this point. They like went to sleep, and this fire alarm's still going off.
Not
we like
good.
run out onto the back deck because we got all back decks. They're all attached as well, pretty much just like this.
Yeah.
And we're like looking around trying to figure out who it is. We see like the white flashing light. The neighbors, the only other neighbors who are similar to our age, are across the street. They're like, what the fuck's going on? We're like, I
Even
don't
they
know.
heard it.
Yeah,
Like,
they could,
jeez,
because
man.
they're directly across, and
Yeah.
he's down at on the ground looking up, and he's like, yeah, it's this house right here. And we're like, yeah, it's I gotta go to bed. It's like 9:30. Friggin' fire alarms going off. I'm like, man's got to get some sleep here. So we go out. We're like trying to figure out if anyone. We're like ringing on doorbells, knocking on doors, trying to figure out if anyone
Canvassing the neighborhood.
if anyone knows them, if they're home or whatever. No one can figure it out. And I'm like, well, I'm calling the fire department because this is ridiculous. Just want the damn thing
Call
off.
the fire
I just want
department.
this
This
to
one's
over.
out of control.
So I called the fire department because in my head this is a non-emergency. I called.
You don't think it ever is,
I call. Well, I'm not dumb. Like you can see,
going off
you can
for a
look
reason.
through. You can look through. You can see that there isn't. Well, it was dark, so I guess you can't look through.
Yeah.
But like, you can see there's no fire.
Exactly.
Or like, there's no fire. Can't smell anything.
Yeah.
Non-emergency.
Yeah.
I call the fire department station, like Googled the actual station, like similar to
Not
calling
even
a police
911,
station.
you just call them direct,
like
yeah.
613-885-1111.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, call 911. And I was like, oh, fine.
Damn it.
Call
This
them.
escalating real quick. I didn't want to have to do that. Can you just transfer me?
Yeah, seriously. Because and then I
Get
called
serious
911. He's
when I
like,
call
yeah, no, we
911.
need ambulance, fire, police. I was like, I need fire. And I'm talking to the operator. I'm like, yeah, the neighbor's alarm's been going off for about an hour, and we can't figure out what's going on. No one's home. Appreciate if you could just summon someone to check it out because we don't know what else to do, and the whole neighborhood's up. And by the time I finished that 1 minute conversation with her, like in the distance, I'm hearing like,
Yeah, they're already there.
and I like hang up the phone, look
Crazy
to my
fast,
to my
man.
right. There's like flashing lights because it's 9:30.
You can see them from a distance.
and within 30 seconds, they're at our house.
Crazy response time, man. That's
And I was
so
like,
cool.
hey, I'm like, I'm outside. I'm in pajamas and friggin' bunny slippers. I'm like, hey, I'm the one who called you. It's this house right here. And like 2 seconds before they show up, the fire alarm stopped.
That's it.
I was like, oh no, they're not gonna believe me
Yeah,
now.
no. I cried wolf. Now
And then they did what we did. They did, ocular pat down. They check it out.
Did they bust the door down?
No.
Oh, that would have been cool. Jaws of life
It's
on the
very
door.
funny though, because so what happened was the back. All of our houses there's a back alley with everyone has a back deck that's up a floor above the garage. Their screen door, their back deck screen door was open.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
convenient.
So fire trucks go to the back alley. They get up the ladders. They send 4 dudes up a ladder onto the balcony, go through the balcony door,
Like they
go
went in
in,
the
come
house?
down. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
One dude comes downstairs, opens the front doors. They got all the lights on and stuff.
So they went inside.
So they go inside. They're like checking stuff out, and I'm hanging out in the garage because like I'm, I feel responsibly because I called these people.
Yeah, you're gonna stick it out.
So I'm gonna stick it out and see what happens. My sister, unbeknownst to me, is eavesdropping from upstairs, and the dude comes out and he's like, "Yeah, dude, there's smoke everywhere.
As if.
There's smoke everywhere." And they like come out and they like, all this stuff's going on. Like they gotta come in. They're grabbing like fans and stuff and bring them in the house. And I'm like, oh great. I was like, this is going to take forever now.
My God,
I'm
man.
selfish, only thinking of myself.
But I mean, the problem is if that place goes up, they all go up.
That's it.
That's the thing with townhouses,
yeah.
man.
So what had happened was whoever lived there, they left a laptop on the bed that's like
Overheated.
Started to smoke up.
That's
and
massive,
I
dude.
guess hadn't started a fire yet, but it was well on its way.
And that's a reminder to not leave your cell phones under your pillows at night, folks. They will
Well, just
literally
don't plug
overheat.
it in and leave it turned on.
Yeah. Don't keep
Turn your
electronics
laptop off
under
or
like,
put it on your
things.
bed, you know?
Yeah, don't be dumb.
All these things. And they had candles on everywhere.
Wow,
too,
that's smart.
which is like,
Jesus, man. They weren't home?
Nope. Nobody
What?
was there.
Whose kid is that?
They went through the whole house. There's like 6 fire trucks, dudes. One of the funniest things was like, when we told them that the back deck balcony door was open, the guy was like, I'm afraid of heights. I was like laughing after that.
Sure, man.
So funny.
That's good.
So yeah, that happened, and I'm in the garage taking selfies in front of the fire truck.
You're
you know
savage, man. Yeah, I got a few of those pictures from you though.
Well, it's not. I think that stuff is hilarious.
It's like, what's going on over at Doyle's place now,
then
man?
I send
it's
that
like,
to
kind of
people
shenanigans
because to
is
me
this?
that it's funny. I was like this. I'm like, this is my life.
You have a different sense of humor though, bro.
I'm
That's
like,
the
this is
funny
my
thing.
life. These things, like, they follow me
They
wherever I
haunt
am.
me,
Something
literally.
happens, and like, so
At least you
it's
did
important
something,
to
man.
me to
Could have escalated.
come. That's what everyone was saying.
Yeah.
Like,
All it takes is that
I guess
comforter to go up, and then the bed goes up, and then the place goes up, and so does yours.
Yeah,
so.
like, some
Shout
people
out
would
to
call
Ottawa
me
Fire.
a modern day hero, and I'll be accepting my award soon.
That should be on your Jackson bio. Modern day hero in quotation marks.
I have 911 on speed dial.
Yeah, literally. They check in on me on a daily just to make sure
Yeah.
everything's kosher.
So they like aired all that whole place out, and the homeowners are gonna get a hefty bill for that too.
Oh, I bet.
And since they
That's
weren't
what you
home,
get for being stupid like that, man.
yeah, exactly. It's the stupid tax.
Honestly.
The firefighters left a note like inside the front door on the.
P.S. Ottawa Fire was here.
Yeah.
Don't use candles while you're not home, dummy.
I was like, you don't think they would notice from like the 200 giant boot prints that have been going through the
I
whole
bet.
house?
Yeah, no, for
It's
sure.
like, dude, your carpet's probably
Savage,
ruined, man.
man.
House is full of bugs, mosquitoes now.
Yeah.
So the funniest part to me was that they had to lock the front door and go back up
the
out,
ladders?
and out
Yeah.
through and down the ladder.
Yeah. Just escaping all
So,
silly.
But
That's pretty cool.
I sent that selfie to like 5 or 6 people, and everyone's like got so worried. Where similar to I had a picture of the tornado that I sent to people, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
I'm just wrestling this tornado. Don't worry
Like-
about it.
I'm like, "I'm having a blast." this
Something exciting
this,
happening in
it's
Ottawa
like,
for once.
I don't know what the word, like, I want to say controlled chaos, even though it's not. But that's that is like where my comfort is, I think.
It's like that meme where like it's with the dog
It's
and
like
the
a
whole
roller
building's
coaster.
on fire.
It's a
The dog's like,
controlled.
it's fine. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
fine.
It's
It's the same thing.
It's controlled chaos. It's like a roller coaster or skydiving or
Yeah.
whatever. The only way I can really deal with that is just to like laugh hysterically
Yeah, everyone has different ways of
So-
dealing with things. So
and
least yours
try
is
and
a
spread
positive
that
one.
as much as possible. I'm not like, oh my God, a fire. I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, there's a fire.
I
This
run
is awesome.
to that shit.
Hell yeah.
It's like that movie Twister.
They're like,
We should start
there's a
chasing
tornado. Everyone to the
tornadoes.
basement. I'm like, getting my kite out.
Camera, kite, little fork in the air. Trying to read the wind temps.
I think that was everything on my list. There's tons more to talk about, I'm sure.
I mean, we could keep going.
Yeah. Well,
But
we're
I mean,
over
you probably
an hour
reached
now.
your destination half an hour ago. So
Me?
no,
Yeah.
the
I
listener.
have.
Oh, and the highway's shutting down again this weekend.
Yeah, it
P.S.
is.
You're fine because you're in Canada. But once again, got to dick around with detours, man. I swear to God. Luckily,
But
the
it'll be
event on
pretty
Saturday
good at
starts
7,
early.
7
Exactly.
a.m. The way
Exactly.
back might not be
Right
fun.
in my wheelhouse.
And instead of driving an hour and 45 minutes away, it's only on the other side of Carlton Place.
Yeah, it's super
So,
quick. Easy.
yeah.
Stop at the Timmy's, load up on Tim Bates.
Yeah, it'll be. Oh man, I didn't know that place only opened at 5 o'clock.
I know.
That's some BS.
I know.
These small town places only open.
What
up
are they
BS.
thinking,
I
man?
think the Tim Hortons in Almond must open at 6, right?
It is 6. Yeah.
Like, oh, what the heck? How
Never
are you all
miss it, man.
supposed to?
Nothing's ever open when I go out. It's too early.
I know that. Well, they used to have the coffee place at the Ultramar, and now they don't have that anymore.
Slacking.
That's where
Just
we would meet
slacking.
up for all of our 4 a.m. fishing trips.
Yeah.
It would be like at the time. I don't know where I was going with that.
Just it's terrible.
There's
man.
nowhere
These
to eat at
places
5
need to
o'clock
get
in the
these
morning.
places need to open up earlier so us early fishermen can have somewhere to stop and eat on the way out.
So
man.
the McDonald's in Bell's Corners, I went there before Ryan and I were going hunting. He picked me up. We were going to wherever we were going. 4:30 in the morning, I think it was. We go through the drive-through McDonald's. We're like, yeah, well, can we get 2 breakfasts? The lady straight up goes, we're not selling breakfast yet. It's too early.
It's too early for breakfast.
We're like, what are you talking
What does
about?
that even mean?
She was like, yeah, we're not serving breakfast till 5.
What are you serving
What
then?
are you talking about?
Why are you even
It was like,
open?
we could get like a hash brown and coffee and a burger. I was like, how isn't it advertised 24 hour?
Still like serving food from the night before.
Yeah,
like,
dude. I'm like, I don't want some
burger's been
rank
sitting there
ass
for
burger
6
that's been
hours.
sitting there since 12 o'clock.
Oof.
Even when we went to McDonald's on Sunday, it was like
Yeah,
that was a 15-minute stop. I mean, we were there early, but from
Yeah.
the time that I ordered,
Literally, we were there
it was
when
for
it
about
opened.
15 minutes.
Yeah, but it was
And
fresh.
It was super fresh, super
Yeah, it
good
was
actually.
It was good.
And you know, I feel bad for the worker. It seemed like he hated life.
I was surprised to see how young the kid was, man.
Oh, he's
It's like,
definitely like 18.
This kid probably just ended partying like an hour ago. Like, I remember back when I was that age, man. I was up
The
late.
grind.
Yeah. You
But,
just keep going. Now it hurts. Now you need like an extra day. Well, I don't know about you.
I need
but
an
me,
extra
man.
day.
I need an
Well, it
extra
depends.
day. Like, not
gotta,
always,
like,
but
If
definitely
you,
hold my
hydration
liquor
is
better,
key,
though.
man. You need more Kool-Aid in
definitely
your life.
hold
That's
my
what it
liquor
is.
better, though.
You're over there drinking
It's true. Gatorade,
Coffee.
coffee.
You're like, yeah, I drank coffee and I'm dehydrated. And I was like, no, bro.
That's why I brought all the Gatorade, man.
Kool-Aid or Gatorade.
Shugs.
Anything with aid in it. You know it's
That's
good.
why I brought the Gatorade,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. If it's got aid, you're good.
And on that note, don't forget,
yeah, we gotta
kids,
end
if
this-
it's got 8 in it, it's good to go.
That's right. Well, with that, folks, we're going to end the podcast. Give us a share, a like, comment, subscribe. If you listen to this on Spotify, you can now give us a rating. And if you
Hopefully
listen
it's
to
no
more
less
than
a 5.
if you listen to more than 1 minute, it counts as an actual listen. So
Hey.
just throw it on
It's
there
like
for
on
a minute.
YouTube, they have to watch for at least 30 seconds for it to count as a view.
Oh, really? I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's how I'm tracked the Spotify stuff. We're on like 72 Spotify listeners,
Nice.
and you can subscribe on Spotify now. So do that.
Just a big old list of things you need to do.
Well, I'm certainly enjoying making this. I don't know if people enjoy listening to it. I know a couple people really enjoy listening to it.
I
But
enjoy
yeah, man,
listening to it.
I know, you freak.
It's true.
Just a narcissist. You just want to hear your own voice.
I just love hearing my voice. No. Fun
But
hearing
yeah,
my voice
if
is
you
weird.
guys like this, please share it. Get other people to listen.
Share
as
feedback.
Well. Give us feedback. We want to hear from you.
Give us feedback, yeah.
And yeah, that's the end. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Have your pet spayed or neutered.